Hi, I'm Sister Edgington, and I just wanted to do a little bit of an introductory video for you so that you could attach a voice and a face with all of the words that you're going to be seeing from me. That is what online courses are about, huh? Not having the instructor right there to talk to us, but far, far away sometimes. I live in Boise, so I do not have an office on campus, and you'll notice as you go through all of the information for getting started, I don't have office hours set. I certainly am happy to visit with any of you at any time if you have questions. Email is the best way to reach me, and I'm on a couple of times at least every day on my computer. Also, texting. I am great for you to text me. It's a lot better than calling because a lot of times I can respond to you quicker than if you call and leave me a voice message, but you're also welcome to call. And if we need to, we can do, I have a Zoom address, and so we can set up a Zoom meeting. So I'm happy to help you out in any way that I can. Just know that I want to be available for you. And so like I said, texting me or actually emailing me is the best, unless, texting if it's kind of an emergency. So be sure to read the announcements. Look at the announcements every day and look at your emails every day to make sure that you're not missing out on something, because I try to put a lot of help for you in the announcements. And many times if you'll look through those things, I'll put student examples, previous student examples, and you can get a lot of help there if you will check there. And that is the best place to go first. And then if you have questions, by all means, you can ask the group on a discussion board or contact me. We have 2-week cycles. So we have, once you get that figured out, like this first 2-week cycle is going to be a lot more confusing. But we do the same types of assignments, just with different information every 2 weeks. And so once you get it figured out, it becomes so much easier. There will be a lot of technologies that we use, and the reason for that is because this course for the education department is the one that they have put their technology competencies in for the state of Idaho. So make sure that you have a good working computer because we will be using different technologies. However, if there is something that that we suggest in the course, and remember, I don't write the course, I just present it. And so there are actually people who are hired to create these courses for us, which is wonderful. But they're not the ones that are pushing the courses out to the students either. So that makes it a little bit difficult because sometimes they don't know and understand exactly what's going on here at the ground level. But if you have an alternate technology that you are familiar with, that you are comfortable with, that would do the same thing for any assignment, feel free to use it. I have no problem with that whatsoever. So if there is something that's more comfortable, or easier for you to use, then go for it. As long as it accomplishes what I'm asking you to accomplish in submitting that assignment. We have 2 textbooks that we will use. Increase in Learning by Elder Bednar. That is one that you need to own or be able to borrow from someone, because we will begin using that text immediately. So even like getting it from the library or something like that, like for this first week, you'll be needing Elder Bednar's book. And then there's a free book, Perspectives in the History and Philosophy of Education, that is available. If you go to your content tab, you'll find it there, and we will be using that one throughout this course too. You need to get a C- or better to be able to move forward in the program, so you will have to retake this class if you don't get a C- or better, so watch those grades. It's not an independent study online course. There are deadlines every week, 2 to 3 deadlines per week. And so you need to get started really quickly. And everything that we learn in week 1, we use as foundational information for week 2. So it's not like you can skip around. We just build each week on what we have learned the previous week. If you will look at your announcements, all of this information that I've just shared with you is there. I also sent it out in an email to you. But the week 1 assignments, so first of all, you need to do your orientation to online learning, and there's a quiz that goes along with that. And so you'll need to take that quiz, and you need to do that quickly. It needs to be done today because it actually is set to close down at the end of the day. And some of these things, if I create them, then I can open them back up for you. But if they're created by the university, which this one is, and it's automatically scored by someone at that level, I don't have any control over being able to open that up again. A discussion icebreaker. So your initial post is due by Wednesday, and then your responses to your peers is due by Friday. So in your initial post, you need to have a picture of yourself included. You need to create an introduction video. It's suggested to use Screencast-O-Matic, which is what I'm using, but you can use anything that works for you as long as you can post it to our discussion board. So in your introduction video, please no more than 5 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes is what I'm asking for. Tell us why you want to become a teacher, and then paste it onto our discussion board. Then you need to be reading some of that, well, actually watching and listening to some peer videos. And we ask that you respond to at least 3 of your peers. The other assignment for this week, which is due on Monday, is to complete a capture. And you will read what a capture is. And then I also have an example on the announcement board for you that you can look at, one that a previous student has done. So in a capture, you're identifying the article and the author's name of the article, in case the person that is reading it would like to go and access it themselves. That's an important part of the information that you share. Then you need to identify the purpose of the article, why the author chose to write it, the central message, and then validations or applications. So evidence that the author gives to support his or her central message, and then also applications, ways that you could apply these principles in a future classroom or even in your lives right now. And if you will give me those applications, I will love you to death. You'll be my favorite student if you'll include that part in there, because so many times that's what students leave out. And yet for me, that's the most important part. So what does this mean to me? How can I use this? How can I apply this, particularly as a teacher? Then you're asked to identify the author's values, what they value, and their assumptions, what they're taking for granted. Like maybe that they're taking for granted that their audience is an LDS audience. You might be taking for granted, if you wrote something, that your audience was your high school history class. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I think that this will be a fun semester. It is a lot of work, but we get to do a lot of videos and interact that way. And I've been praying for you. I've been praying about you. And I'm excited to watch your icebreakers and get to meet you. And we will do this together, and it will be fun, fun, fun. Have a great week. Let me know if you have questions. Thank you.